Right then, so I'm sure you've all heard the news by now that Deontay Wilder is returning to the boxing ring on June 27th, 2025 against Tyrrell Anthony Herndon. Um, yeah, who really is Tyrrell Herndon? Who is he? What's his resume like? Can he cause Deontay Wilder any problems? Even at this point in Deontay Wilder's career. If I'm going to be completely real, I'll say this to start off with. At 40 years old, you should not be having warm-up fights. You should be going into the big fights. But no, Deontay Wilder's going back to his normal caliber of opponents. If we're being truthfully and brutally honest here, this is a normal caliber opponent for Deontay Wilder. That might be a bit harsh to say, but nah, it's not though, is it? It's not. Okay, let's have a look at who Tyrrell Anthony Herndon is. He should be fighting Anthony Joshua, not Tyrrell Anthony Herndon. But yeah, anyway, whatever. Here we go then. So, in his most recent fight, in Tyrrell Anthony Herndon's most recent fight, he fought someone called Rudy Silvers, and he beat him via split decision in a 6-round fight. That tells you all you need to know to start off with. He fought in a 6-round fight in his most recent fight and beat someone who was 7-0, but split decision in a 6-rounder. Then he's coming off a split decision win against someone with a record of 8 wins and 9 defeats. A split decision win against him. I mean, clearly from the look of these scorecards that were in his favor, clearly, a split decision was wrong. But either way, though, yeah. He clearly just hasn't got any power to show. Then he's coming off a TKO win against Daniel Gonzalez, 7-3. Okay. Before that, he's coming off a loss to Richard Torres Jr., who's still a prospect in the second round. If Richard Torres Jr. can get you out of there in the second round, I'm not going to say imagine what Wilder could do because, this is a different Wilder now. But again, though, how good was Deontay Wilder actually in the first place? I just feel like this whole thing just shows Deontay Wilder is a fraud. And you can have a look at that by checking Deontay Wilder's resume itself. Like, Wilder is a complete fraud. Like, we all know that. We're going to go through that in a minute. But yeah, before that, he's coming off a win over a 15-11 guy with 1 draw. And then he's coming off a win with 4 wins, 12 losses, 34 wins, 25 losses. 10 losses, 4 wins, 6-rounder, 6-6, 0-20. These are the guys he was fighting like in 2021. He lost to Corey Barlow in 2019, who was 2 wins, 4 losses, 2 draws in the first round. He's been knocked out 4 out of his 5 losses. He has been knocked out. That tells you everything you need to know about why they've got this guy in there for Deontay Wilder. He's been knocked out 4 out of the last 5 times, 4 in the 5 losses that he's had. He's got 15 knockouts out of 24 wins. This is just not a guy that can cause Deontay Wilder. Well, on paper, this isn't a guy that should be causing Deontay Wilder any problems whatsoever. He's ranked 286th in the world. And look, I'll tell you one thing that I've seen for a fact. So, Tete, obviously the most recent guy who fought Dillian White, is ranked 100th and 11th in the world. He's fighting Fraser Clark next as well. And that's his level. Johnny Fisher, from his level, is ranked 51st in the world. Yeah, imagine what this guy is going to be like, 286th in the world. What Deontay Wilder is doing here, I should never know. But the bloke is throwing his... he's 40 years old. Like, do something. Like, take a big fight. You haven't got any time to be messing about. That's the thing. Well, he's 39, Wilder is. He hasn't got time to be messing about with what he's doing. And, we need to just see him in big fights. Like, Who's actually going to care about this fight with Tyrrell Herndon? Like, if you're trying to spread it to a massive audience, who is actually going to want to watch this fight? What is this? Who's going to watch it apart from, hardcores and massive Deontay Wilder fans? This isn't spreading to a good audience at all. It's not going to get any interest. At this point in Wilder's career, he needs to be getting interest in this fight. No one's going to know that this fight happened with Tyrrell Herndon. I'm not even sure what promotion is promoting this fight either. Like, this could turn out to be, it's probably going to be an absolute shambles shit show that we're going to see this be promoted on as well. I know that for a fact. It's probably going to be going down it's in Kansas as well. And that tells you all about this as well. Like, when has Kansas ever been big for boxing? What's happened in Kansas, which is notable for boxing? Absolutely nothing. This is probably going to be a fight in a hotel lobby that, is probably going to only sell out 200, 300 people there. And, overall, it's not even, this isn't going to be pay-per-view. And I guarantee this isn't really going to be bringing in more than to be honest, 100K viewers. I can't even see it bringing in any more than that. And Deontay Wilder as well. I'm not going to lie, he's never been a massive, massive, massive star anyway. 100K viewers might even be... Nah, surely that's not being nice. But he's never been a massive, massive star. Like Deontay Wilder, you can't see him selling out stadiums. Deontay Wilder is barely able to fully sell out bloody arenas. He's never been a huge, huge name. The only reason why, he's had stuff around him is because, he's been in there with big names. That's why there's been, when he was fighting Tyson Fury, when he's fighting Tyson Fury, Parker Zhang, other than that, yes, I know he's been champ and all, but, the Luis Ortiz fight, there was hype around that. The Dominic Breezy fight, yes, there was hype around that because Deontay Wilder was around, had his name around, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and others in the heavyweight division around that time. And, they're not awful names, but compared to the rest of Wilder's resume, he's not really, there's nothing special on here and we know for a fact he hasn't really been selling out arenas fully or, there's no massive, massive, massive hype around a Deontay Wilder fight like people really think there is. I want people to look back at Deontay Wilder's career, rethink, the week, the day of what Deontay Wilder's, fight week and fight day feeling was like. And it's overall... He's not the name. He's never been the name people think he is. He's never been the fighter people think he is. He is a fraud. And, look, I know he needs to get a win on his resume. But a win over Tyrrell Herndon, it, in my opinion and many others' opinion, who even cares if he wins this fight? Which he will. Who even cares if he gets a highlight reel knockout? TikTok people. Other than that, who the hell bloody cares? But yeah, anyway, I'm just being honest. Anyway, thank you for watching.